Well. Good evening, West Ham fans. Rush the West Ham Network. Hope you're safe and well. Happy Wednesday. Bin day in the Budden household and hump day all downhill now into the weekend. And obviously, West Ham back at the London Stadium on Saturday in the BS Cup against Lille. That's going to be interesting. Will we see any new players? Who knows? I think the next 24, 40 hours are going to be quite interesting when it comes to West Ham. But anyway, Holly did spoke about the Fantasy Football League and also spoke about goalkeepers and stuff like that, which we could talk about again because a little bit sort of new stuff happening. But we've got a nice bunch of things to talk about this evening. Let's start with transfer rumours, shall we? We have literally hit 200 now. 200 players have been linked with. Absolutely. Surpasses last year's record by 40. No, 33. Mental. Let's talk about Idrissa Gueye. Now, according to reports coming out of France, they have suggested renewed interest in Idrissa Gueye from West Ham. Mercato have said that we have apparently re-entered talks to sign the 18-year-old from Metz. We know Man United are also keen on him. However, United looks like they're going to be trying to go all balls out for Benjamin Sesko. And the report suggests that West Ham are desperate for the deal to be done. Be interested if this one's wrapped up quickly, which it won't be. We know it won't be. There's no denying that he's got bags of potential. Had a breakthrough season for Metz this year. He's 18. He's Senegalese. He's mates with Diouf as well. So there's that going for us. The fee of around £15 million is believed to be what's the golden number to get him in a claret and blue shirt from a burgundy shirt. It's just and until we hear a little bit more from that, it's just another media report. In all honesty, he's young, hungry. I think we've got quite a few of them already in the academy in terms of those strikers, and the likes of Daniel Cummings and Josh Landers, Josh Ajala, people like that. In fact, the under-18s are out in Prague in the Next Gen Cup at the moment, and they play Prague this afternoon actually. Prague under-19s. I don't know, to be honest. I mean, you think we've signed someone like Callum Wilson, who's at the bookend of his career, and Idrissa seems to be at the other bookend of his career. So possibly, it might even be that you buy him and loan him back to Metz. That's what big clubs do, don't they? They buy younger players and loan them back to the club. And so maybe we do that. I can't see it happening, to be honest. I think if any money we spend on players, we need them in now. But we'll keep an eye on that. I mean, he ticks a lot of boxes in terms of the MO, in terms of the types of players we're trying to buy. Young, hungry, return on investment, that type of thing. But yes, interesting one. Let's talk about the goalkeeper situation, shall we? Holly spoke about it at the Hammers headlines, and I don't think anyone's none the wiser, in all honesty. Fabrizio Romano yesterday, as we know, said, and I called it the hokey cokey. You got Victor in, Victor out, in, out. Madison still, no, I had it perfect. Victor in, Victor out, in, out. Madison still about, and it is still about, and so I think there's a belief that I think I can see something must be happening in the next 24, 48 hours for sure. Brazilian reports are all suggesting that Neto is signing for Botafogo as his replacement. He wasn't included in the game early this week in the squad. So the assumption is that Victor is not going to be a Botafogo player for much longer. And then the question is around Areola, really. Obviously, with all these other keepers, we'll talk about some of the other keeper deals as well, and my general thoughts. But reports coming out of Turkey suggest that Galatasaray could be a possible destination for Areola. It's said that he is being recommended to Galatasaray via intermediaries. Widely rumoured that his obviously position is under threat or will be competing for his position. And a suggestion that's almost certain with the foundation, given obviously the sheer number of players we've been linked with in that position. I mean, I could see it happening, but but then, you know, it might be one of those players that Aguerd was offered to lots of clubs, you know, Rodriguez was offered to lots of clubs, but no one's taken him. I wouldn't assume that Turkish clubs are particularly Galatasaray. I mean, they've got a massive transfer fee to pay for Victor Osimhen, so whether they've got money to spend and then wages. I mean, Areola is going to be on at least, I think it's over 100 grand a week. Whether Turkish clubs will play that, I don't know. Could be a complete non-starter. But no doubt clubs will be aware of Areola's availability potentially with all these keepers we've been linked with. If the club were happy with him, we wouldn't have any of these guys linked to him, would we, in terms of coming in? So clearly there's a desire to improve that position, and which sort of explains, obviously Victor, and also we spoke about Hermansson as well. And then two new names came onto the not onto the radar. We've been linked with both of them before, I think. We had Michael Zetiier. Yeah, Mike to his friends. Reports came out of Germany to say we had lodged a £4.5 million bid for the former German under-21 international goalkeeper. However, Kicker, the news outlet in Germany, has suggested that actually has been no concrete negotiations have taken place, and he is simply being identified as a backup option if those John Victor talks collapse. And it makes sense. And so they've been asked to keep, and in fact, I think, is it 𝗘𝗩𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗓? I think it's 𝗘𝗩𝗘𝗓𝗘𝗡𝗜𝗓, and they've already got like a number one goalkeeper, and Victor is more likely to be the number two for this year anyway. So not Victor. I'm getting confused as well. Michael. And then another name sort of came up, and again a name sort of coming from the Turkish league, and that's the Fenerbahce goalkeeper, Dominik Ludokovic. Livakovic, and it should be a question mark, not an crocodile thing. Apparently, we've also been linked to a move for him, the 30-year-old Croatian international goalkeeper, under contract with Fenerbahce until 2028, estimated to be around between 6.5 and 10 million euros. So a slightly higher price range than Michael potentially. I mean, again, a reliable international level goalkeeper. I think, if anything, if you weigh them up, probably want him more than Michael, for example, if we put him up against each other. But again, it's another name. But in the same way, I might look through the 200 players we've been linked to so far, because it'd be interesting to see what positions they've been linked. How many goalkeepers we've been linked to, how many fullbacks, how many strikers, because definitely in the last week we've been linked with 6 or 7 goalkeepers, haven't we, really, like realistically? But yeah, and then some news for you academy lovers out there. We have the academy show every Monday, the only West Ham YouTube channel out there to do a show just for the academy. And as I mentioned the other day, the under 18 Premier League South fixtures were out, and the 21s hadn't been announced yet. Although I did allude to the fact that it would have been Monday, that weekend of the 16th, and it's been confirmed. The fixture lists have finally been released. Your dates for the diary for these home games, which I want to get you down to: Monday the 18th, 7 p.m. we play Nottingham Forest for opening game of the PL2. September the 19th, Birmingham at home. It's a Friday night. The week after, the 26th, day after my birthday, by the way, Brighton Hove Albion, 7 p.m. Rush Green. So there's the first three. So you've got August the 18th on a Monday, 7 p.m. against Forest. Then you've got Friday the 19th of September, 7 p.m. again, Birmingham. Always remember it, 7 p.m. And 26th the week after, Brighton and Hove Albion, 7 p.m. at Rush Green. Free for season ticket holders. I think it's like a £5 for an adult who's not a season ticket holder. I think it's £1 for an under 16 who's not a season ticket holder. So get your ass down there and cheer on the boys and see the future, see the conveyor belt, see the production line, see your Daniel Cummings, see your Josh Landers, see your Josh Ajalas, see your Junior Robinsons, see your Preston Fearens, Erdich Golombekis, Finn Herricks, see them. And if you do, go back and watch the under 18s. They played the Czech, no, was it Slavia Prague under 18s, under 19s, I think it is today in the News Gen Cup. Anyway, my friends, keep an eye on the channel. As always, any breaking news, we'll try and bring it to you as soon as humanly possible. And take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble. Keep the faith, my friends. And I'll see you very, very soon. Much love. Bye-bye, motherfuckers.